Muletrain!
It is time now for the Muletrain News Program on this Friday, January the 2nd, 2015, brought to you today by the First Bank along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant. Of course, the weather is again at the top of our news as we have a second round of winter weather that should include sleet and snow headed toward the Muleshoe area. It's not quite here yet as of 2:30 this Friday afternoon, but it's very close. So I just drove back from Lubbock, and it was sleeting already all throughout Lubbock and on the way home until I hit about Sudan as of 2:33 o'clock. So be very careful as the roadways were bad earlier in the week, and they will be again as the day goes on Friday. We have a winter storm warning in effect for the Muleshoe area until 9 o'clock Saturday morning. So we'll have some treacherous conditions that will reemerge here in the Muleshoe area. Of course, lots of wrecks occurred on Tuesday, dozens of them here in the Muleshoe area, mainly along U.S. Highway 84 in between Muleshoe and Sudan, as EMS workers, fire and police, and Texas state troopers were working many of those wrecks. Of course, the whole South Plains Panhandle area had lots of wrecks as well, so stay extremely safe. We have some winter driving tips from Texas Department of Transportation. A link to that on our front page of our website, muleshoetv.com. Make sure to reduce speed in icy conditions. Speed limits are based on normal road and weather conditions, not winter road conditions. Maintain at least 3 times the normal following distance from the car in front of you during snow and ice. Watch carefully for snow removal equipment and stay at least 200 feet back if you're behind a snowplow. Use extra caution on bridges, ramps, overpasses, and shaded areas as they tend to freeze first. If you start to slide, ease off the gas pedal or the brakes. Steer into the direction of the skid until you feel you have regained traction, then straighten your vehicle. And those are some good winter driving tips from the Texas Department of Transportation. Again, we're under a winter storm warning here for the entire Bailey County, South Plains area, including the Panhandle, until 9 a.m. Saturday morning. The weather forecast is brought to you today by 5 Area Telephone, West Plains Telecommunications. First, a message from our sponsor. Faster internet speeds at the same price through 5 Area Telephone. If you notice that your internet is faster than before, there's a reason for that, as they have increased speeds without increasing the price at 5 Area. If you're at 384K, you now have 768K. 1 meg is now 2 meg. 3 meg is now 4 meg. If you're in town on the fiber network, there are higher upload speeds available to you now as well. Call 5 Area for more information. 806-272-5533. Some restrictions apply due to location. That's faster internet speeds at the same price through 5 Area Telephone. And looking at our weather forecast for the Muleshoe area for today on Friday, a 50% chance of a wintry mix of precipitation, which includes sleet and then a snow accumulation probably of less than 1 inch later this afternoon. Our high today should be around what we're at right now, 29 degrees. Snow, freezing rain, and sleet all in our forecast for today. Northeast winds around 5 miles per hour. Then snow, freezing rain, sleet, becoming all snow after midnight tonight. Low around 21 tonight. Chance of precipitation is 100%. New snow and sleet accumulations overnight should be between 2 and 4 inches for the Muleshoe area. The snow accumulation goes higher the farther you go south. This winter storm is sort of moving from Arizona through southern New Mexico and up into our area, as it's been in this been sleeting now for quite some time south of us, but it hasn't reached Muleshoe quite yet as of 3 o'clock this Friday afternoon. Then on Saturday, during the morning, a 20% chance of snow before noon, partly sunny. Otherwise, afternoon, high near 39 degrees, so It should clear up a little bit and get warmer tomorrow on Saturday. West winds between 10 and 15 miles per hour, increasing to 15 to 20 miles per hour tomorrow afternoon. Partly cloudy on Saturday night with a low around 17. Sunny, high near 35 on Sunday. North winds between 5 and 10 miles per hour, becoming south-southwest. Later in the afternoon, mostly clear, low around 19. Southwest winds between 5 and 10 miles per hour Sunday night. Monday, sunny, high near 37 degrees. Southwest winds between 5 and 15 miles per hour. Then Monday night, mostly clear, low around 23. Tuesday, we should warm up just a little bit more. Sunny, high near 43 degrees. West-northwest winds between 10 and 15 miles per hour, then mostly clear. Tuesday night, low around 20. And again, our sleet and snow chances are later this afternoon and through the evening and overnight hours for the Muleshoe area. Our roadways are pretty much clear right here in the Muleshoe area, as they got them, the TxDOT crews got them pretty cleaned off after Tuesday and Wednesday, but they will get worse as the day goes on here Friday into Saturday morning. So use extreme caution here in the Muleshoe area. You can go to our website, muleshoetv.com. You can get links to the weather warnings, our forecast, along with the radar and some winter driving tips from the Texas Department of Transportation. 5-area telephone, West Plains Telecommunications has presented to you this edition of the weather forecast. On your prayer list today, please remember Dad, my dad, Jack Reynolds. He was admitted into Covenant Medical Center. He's in room 509 South and is suffering with pneumonia. He's doing much better as we took him to the emergency room this morning at the Muleshoe Area Medical Center, and he got some great care there, and they transferred him in the ambulance to Covenant. He's in room 509 South. He has pneumonia and some strep throat, and he's doing much better over the past few hours. Keep him on your prayer list today. He should be in the hospital for the next several days. Remember Steve Benton on your prayer list today, as well as his wife Paula. Remember Jana Brown Finke, the daughter of Diane and James Brown. Remember Hannah Simmons and Bo Birdwell on your prayer list today. Bobby Blackburn, formerly of Lasbuddy. Remember Joanne Rempe, Marlene McDonald on your prayer list today. Remember, please, the family of Jimmy Clyde Holt. His funeral services were held this afternoon here at Ellis Funeral Home Chapel at 2 p.m. Please keep the family of Jimmy Clyde Holt on your prayer list today. Remember as well the family of Doug Lewis of Earth. Funeral services are set for Doug Lewis for Saturday, January the 3rd at 2 p.m. at the Earth United Methodist Church with Charlie Johnson and Sam Lewis both officiating. Please keep the family of Doug Lewis of Earth on your prayer list today. Again, funeral services are set for 2 o'clock Saturday afternoon at the Earth United Methodist Church. Remember, please, the family of Mary Lena Maxwell of Sudan. Funeral services are set for Monday, January the 5th at 11 a.m. at the Sudan Church of Christ with Terry Wilson and Jeff Proctor officiating. Please keep the Maxwell family on your prayer list today as well. We'll be back with more Muletrain news in just a few seconds, so please stay tuned. This edition is brought to you today by the First Bank, along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant.
The other day I was going through some of my mother's handwritten recipes, and it occurred to me, with all the email and text messaging, it is refreshing to read something handwritten, especially a family recipe from Mom. Hello, I'm Victor Leal, owner of Leal's Mexican Restaurant. As I see it, since 1957, my mom's personal signature has been placed on each delicious plate. Whether you order our perfectly seasoned enchiladas or simply prefer our Leal's tortilla chips and great tasting salsa, maybe it's our juicy, generous portion of beef or chicken fajitas. Whatever you like on your plate, you will enjoy one of many Leal's family recipes. As a son, I promised my mom to keep our family recipes cooking in our kitchen. And as a restaurant owner, I promise you, our guest, we'll serve our plates fresh and full of flavor. Come see us. We're just off I-40 in Georgia. Leal's, home to my mom's special family recipes, and more since 1957.
And right here in Muleshoe, you can eat at the original Leal's. It's been newly remodeled here in Muleshoe, 1010 West American Boulevard since 1957. The First Bank is proud to announce the First Bank online, fbmuleshoe.com. You can transfer funds easily between accounts, make loan payments, view current and previous statement activity, pay bills online with Bill Pay, banking anytime with 24/7 access. Call or come by, 202 South First Street. The First Bank, 806-272-4515. The First Bank online, www.fbmuleshoe.com. The First Bank is member FDIC. The swearing in of new officials at the Bailey County Courthouse was postponed. It was supposed to happen earlier this week, but due to the bad weather, they have moved it to Monday at 11 a.m. It will be in the courtroom upstairs, according to Judge Sherry Harrison. Also, something else that has been changed. Boys basketball today that was scheduled versus Lamesa has been canceled due to the bad weather. We do have a lot of basketball scores that you can find in our Twitter feed that we've been sending out over the past several days as the boys and girls were over in Texaco taking on people in the Texaco tournament. And the boys did win the consolation championship game over Capitan, and you can find a story and scores from all of those on our Twitter feed. And if you don't do Twitter, you can just look in the bottom left corner of our website, muleshoetv.com, and you can see the latest tweets that we've sent out over our Twitter service. That's twitter.com/channel6muleshoe. We have been showing and sharing on our Facebook and Twitter feed over the New Year's holiday our top 10 viewed videos of all time, and we've been having them in our rotation here on Reach Broadband Channel 6. And to fill you in, number 10 most viewed video of all time that we've done online, the Grand Falls Royalty versus Follett 2013 six-man state semifinal game. It has 8,848 views so far. Number 9 most viewed video, biplane crop duster that we filmed in the Spring Lake area, 9,620 views. MHS Shattered Dreams from 2012 comes in as our 8th most viewed video with 10,630 views. The Blood Moon that occurred on April the 5th of this year has 12,127 views. Number 6 is Big John Hall performing at First Baptist Church here in Muleshoe with 13,663 views. Number 5th most viewed video, interview with actor Lee Horsley with 14,072 views. Number 4, Pronghorn Antelopes running at full speed that we filmed in South Bailey County, 35,779 views. The MHS one-act play of Romeo and Juliet from 2 years ago has 37,525 views and checks in at number 3. Number 2 most viewed video of ours on the internet, World Trade Center, a trip that we took in 1994 to the top of the World Trade Center, and we used it on the day that they killed Osama bin Laden. It has 97,589 views, and then the most viewed video that we've ever done on the internet, the solar eclipse. It was an annular solar eclipse that occurred near sunset in May 20th of 2012, has 105,722 views. We hope that you enjoyed seeing all those videos on our website, along with Facebook, Twitter, and here on Reach Broadband Channel 6. Don't forget about the swing bed program available now at the Muleshoe Area Medical Center. It's for the patient who is no longer in need of acute medical care but is not yet comfortable functioning independently at home at 708 South First Street, the Muleshoe Area Medical Center, for rehab following major surgery such as knee or hip replacement, diabetes, cancer, CHF, stroke recovery, pain management, amputations, traumatic injuries, and more. Contact the Muleshoe Area Medical Center today for more information about the swing bed program, 806-272-4524. And as I mentioned earlier, we used the emergency room this morning with Dad, as he had just not been feeling very good for the last 24 to 48 hours, and we got wonderful care there in the emergency room, and they transferred him through our Bailey County EMS ambulance service to Lubbock to Covenant Hospital. It's good to have a good hospital here in Muleshoe. And again, don't forget, we're supposed to have our second round from this week of a winter storm with sleet beginning at this afternoon here for the Muleshoe area, and then as the day and evening goes on into overnight, we should have snow beginning, but it will create icy road conditions here in the Muleshoe area, so slow down as you travel. On Tuesday, there were tons of wrecks here on the South Plains and Panhandle, with dozens of them occurring here in the Muleshoe area, mainly between Muleshoe and Sudan along Highway 84. So be extremely careful. If you have any plans to go out tonight, you may want to reconsider them and scrap them and stay at home. Only travel if it's totally necessary. You can keep up with watches, warnings, get the radar from the National Weather Service along with the forecast on our website, front page, muleshoetv.com. And don't forget, this winter storm warning has been issued for the Muleshoe area effective now on Friday through Saturday morning at 9 a.m.
I'm Tumbleweed Smith. A visit to Cut and Shoot in a moment on The Sound of Texas.
The Sounds of Texas are brought to you here on Reach Broadband Channel 6 as well as MuleshoeTV.com by Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association here in Muleshoe, with offices in Muleshoe as well as in Morton. They honored Mike Roberts, the retiring line superintendent, today on Friday with a reception after 43 years of service to Bailey County Electric. Good luck to Mike Roberts as he retires after 43 years with our Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association. And they've been serving electricity to the rural areas here in Muleshoe for 75 years. The board of directors, the employees, the manager, CEO David Markle. Hope that you enjoy the Sounds of Texas with Tumbleweed Smith.
Montgomery County, with Conroe as its county seat, has some communities with interesting names: Dobbin, Stagecoach, Splendora, and Roman Forest. Perhaps the most unique name of a town is Cut and Shoot.
Started over a church feud, I think, about who was going to preach in the one particular building. One of the kids got scared he was going to cut around the corner and shoot through the bushes. And they say that's how it got its name. Cut and Shoot's been incorporated since 1969. Before then, this area was always, back from much earlier than that, was known as Cut and Shoot.
City Secretary Amy Wade says every once in a while a curious tourist will inquire about the name.
We get a few, not as many maybe as you think.
Cut and Shoot is just a few miles east of Conroe on Highway 105. Amy says not much happens there.
It's mostly a rural area where people work elsewhere and live here. As far as business, it's little convenience stores. We've got a couple of dollar stores, that sort of thing, nothing big.
The city has a volunteer fire department and a post office. The police department and city hall are in the same building.
We have 2 full-time officers and then a couple of reserve officers. We have very little crime here. The biggest part of their business would be traffic accidents, because 105 is a very dangerous, busy road.
About 1,500 people live in Cut and Shoot.
However, the way Cut and Shoot's laid out, there's so many more that live in this area that's not actually in the incorporated area. We have the one elementary school, which is just right up the street from us here. And to my knowledge, they have about 900 students.
The city got some notoriety in the 1950s when a professional boxer from Cut and Shoot, Roy Harris, fought for the world title. He was county clerk for Montgomery County 28 years. When he fought, he was known as the Barefoot Boxer. He still lives in Cut and Shoot. Amy likes the place.
It's quiet, and that's the way I like it.
Amy Wade of Cut and Shoot. I'm Tumbleweed Smith with the Sound of Texas.
Time now for the market report, brought to you today by Stephen Dement, financial advisor with Edward Jones, located right here in Muleshoe at 104 West 2nd Street in his office. Member SIPC. You can call 806-272-4102. Stephen can assist you with any of your financial needs, no matter where you live. U.S. stocks were little changed today with weaker than expected economic data, including reports that the number of Americans filing new claims for jobless benefits rose more than expected last week. Another report showed manufacturing slowed more than estimated in December, while construction spending fell in November. Globally, Chinese manufacturing slipped to the lowest level in 18 months. U.S. bonds finished higher for the day. Looking at the S&P 500 for today at the end of the market, the best performing sector was utilities. The worst performing sector was consumer discretionary. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was up 9.92 at 17,832.99. The S&P's 500 index was down 0.70 to 2,058.20. The Nasdaq Composite Index was down 9.24 to 4,726.81. Volume on the New York Stock Exchange was moderate, with 645.32 million shares traded. Decliners outnumbered advancers by roughly 5-4 margin. In commodity markets, the spot price of gold rose $7.05 to $1,189.03. The spot price of silver rose 14 cents to $15.80, and crude oil prices fell 60 cents to $52.67. In the bond market, the 30-year Treasury yield closed at 2.69%, and the 10-year Treasury yield finished 2.21%. Some stocks of area interest: Bank of America Corporation finished up 0.01 to 17.90. Rite Aid Corporation was up 0.11 to 7.63. Ford Motor Company was down 0.14 to 15.36. J.C. Penney Company was down 0.19 to 6.29. Oracle Corporation was down 0.64 to 44.33. And J.P. Morgan Chase & Company was down 0.31 to 62.49. The market report was recorded this Friday, January the 2nd, 2015, brought to you today by Stephen Dement, financial advisor with Edward Jones, located right here in his offices at 104 West 2nd Street in Muleshoe. Call 806-272-4102. Stephen, along with branch office administrator Dana Rimpey, can assist you no matter where you live.